Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new Big H colors video for autumn winter 2023. Alright, so Big H released some new colors. Without further ado, let me show them to you and then let's chat about them. The first color here is the new Bleu jean, so the blue jean color. This is actually an archival color. It's a color that they used to make, so now they've made a new version of it. So there's the original blue jean. If I can find a picture of the original blue jean, I'll put it up on the screen at some point. If I can find a picture. If I can't, I'm sorry. So they've made a new version of it. Now, blue is not my favorite color. It's not my favorite color, it's my least favorite color in the entire color spectrum, just generally speaking. However, the original blue jean I think is just one of their most iconic blues, and I know why people love it. It is a very beautiful color. This one seems a little bit dull. I don't know if that's just me. It's not it doesn't really stand out to me, but I'm not sure. Maybe people will like this, but I'm not too sure about this. So if you ask me my personal opinion, I'd love to know your opinions. And just to be clear, I'm just sharing my personal opinion. Everyone's entitled to their views on these colors. Just if I don't like something, it does not mean the color isn't amazing and brilliant, okay? The next one is Vert Yucca. This is better. This is like a very bright, vibrant green. It reminds me of bamboo, and it also reminds me of Vert Comics, which is a green that they released earlier this year. This one is interesting. I actually think this one would look good in the Kelly Elan. I think the Kelly Elan or the Constance to Go or the Kelly to Go would suit a color like this. I think this is a nice pop of color on a smaller bag, or a bag that's a little bit more compact, I beg your pardon. And I don't know, I feel like on a larger bag this is a lot. Even for someone like me who loves colors, I feel like the Kelly Elan, the Kelly to Go, the Constance to Go with gold hardware would look really, really nice. The next one is Beige Marfa. This is really nice. There's something kind of comforting. It has slight caramel tones in it, slightly. It's a darker beige. It has slight caramel tones, which I quite like about it as well. I think this will be very popular with everyone who shops at Big H. I think this is going to be a very, very popular color. The final color that's coming out for autumn winter is called Sun. Yeah, I mean, it's in the name, it's called Sun. This seems like a very vibrant sunflower yellow. I need to see this in real life, so hopefully I'll see it when I go to France. This is probably my favorite one out of all of them. And then Beige Marfa. So let's chat about these colors. I posted these colors on my Instagram a while ago when they first came out because I wanted to wait to think about them before filming. I didn't want to film the video straight away. Wanted to think about it at first, just to kind of think, because I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure my thoughts, if my initial thoughts were the feelings I would still have, and if the colors would grow on me. The colors honestly are not really growing on me. My initial feelings is the same feelings that I had. And by that what I mean is, it's not that they're not nice, it's just that they're not whoa. They're not wow, they don't wow me. And I'm sure Big H don't care what I think, which is fine. I'm just sharing my opinion. Okay, please don't be offended if you don't agree with me. It's just my personal opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think of these colors and if you like them. Now, I know what some of you might say is well, it's autumn winter, they're not meant to be vibrant colors. You like vibrant colors. This is true. I do love vibrant colors, honey. I live for beautiful, vibrant Big H colors. However, I think for autumn winter it's fun to kind of subvert things and not be so obvious. Autumn winter palettes tend to be dark colors more of the time. People tend to go for those kind of darker tones. Whereas I feel like if you go for something vibrant, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of subversive, it's a little bit more unique and it stands out more. I feel like they have tried to do that with Sun and the Vert Yucca color as well. They have tried to do something a little bit more different. Yeah, I'm just not really nuts about these, but if I had to choose, it would be Sun or Beige Marfa. I think that the colors that we saw earlier in the year, so Vert Comics, Rose Pop, and Limoncello, I think that those colors were better than these ones. I know that they are brighter colors. So I know you're gonna be like, you only like brighter colors. When it pertains to Big H, I do only really like brighter colors. For me, just the way my brain works, and this is just me, I can't bring myself to play the game for neutrals, only because I feel like other brands do really nice, beautiful neutral colors as well. Even Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton's got some nice colors, honey. I did post them as well. I did film a video on some new Louis Vuitton colors. They've got some nice neutrals, really, really nice ones. Big C has beautiful colors as well. Bottega, which I also featured in my Louis Vuitton colors video, they also have some cute colors. So in terms of neutrals, so I feel like I can't bring myself. But that said, it's not that Big H's neutrals are not beautiful. They're stunning, warm, chocolatey. They feel really beautiful and dense and decadent. They are stunning. I guess it's just in my brain. I can only justify the games and shenanigans for bright colors. But to be fair, I love bright colors. I wear bright colors. I'm wearing yellow for crying out loud in this video. So it's just the way my brain works. It's just the way it works. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's just how it works. So yeah, these are the new colors. I don't see any like new exotic colors or anything. If they are available, let me know. Please send me pictures if you have them. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of the colors. Tell me what you think about them. I mean, again, like I said, I'm just not gagged, but it's not that they're bad. They're very, very nice. I guess they're just not for me, which is fine. So I'll wait for their next colors release. Let me know what you think, and yeah, make sure you keep watching. We have other things that we need to talk about. Okay, so the next thing that we need to talk about is kind of a hot topic. I can't wait to get your opinion on this. So normally with Big H stuff, I think like 30% of my videos on this channel are Big H, 30% are Louis Vuitton, 30% are Chanel. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I have Louis Vuitton videos to film, or Big C videos to film, or other content to film, and I'll take a break from posting about Big H. I do this often. I'll post about Big H and I won't post about the brand. I'll post about it and I won't post about the brand. So I've just been reading like tea and looking for information about like how exotic quota bags are allocated. I don't want to dwell too much on how they're allocated, so I just want to tell you what happened here. I've already actually shared this with email subscribers, so if you're in the email, you already know what I'm talking about. But someone was like sharing their experience of something that happened to them, I think with an exotic quota bag. They were saying how they were allocated an exotic quota bag, and they got one and they had posted it, and then someone had complained. Essentially, someone had gone to complain to their boutique, and I'll keep things nice in general. I was really, really struck and shocked by the fact that someone would go to complain. And it's not that I was shocked that it happens, because I know it happens. I was shocked that someone would be so brazen to like not only literally go and harass someone else's offer, but to like also kind of put their profile in jeopardy. So the person was saying how they just like stopped posting on social media and sharing their Big H stuff, Big H like offers on social media because of what happened. So this made me think, like, what would drive that person to go to the boutique and almost like confront like management about someone else's offer? And then I was telling email newsletter leopards that what I think is going on. I think there are two major issues here. Okay, so I think the first issue is in the Big H scene. I think that the Big H scene doesn't really feel like a community to me. It feels more like a siloed solar system where you have people who live on like these different kind of Big H planets, and people kind of share information together. But there's a lot of space between us who all have we all kind of have different points of view on shopping at Big H. I mean, I've been clear on what I think it is, but that's not to say I don't respect people's opinions who don't agree that loyalty doesn't matter. I literally saw someone write this in a group recently that they had asked their essay at Big H, and it doesn't matter, and it's not about that. And the person is so adamant, and they really believe it. And other people are like, oh my god, I don't know why you're saying that, because that's not true. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and I do respect that. But I do think that why this person went to like confront this poster. This poster's like management basically at the store. Like the person went to complain about the client's offer at the boutique. I beg your pardon. That's what I'm trying to say because I can't speak today. I think that happened is because people's inability to share loyalty breeds a kind of like insecurity, I think, in a lot of people who shop at the Maison from the boutique. And just to be clear, no one is owed information about loyalty. I definitely don't care. Honestly, I really don't. Like, if people don't want to share, that's fine. And you know why? It's because I don't follow anyone who doesn't share. So for me, I'm not affected, if that makes sense. Because if someone is posting about Big H on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, if they don't share loyalty, I don't follow those people. So for example, sometimes I speak to leopards who are like, you know, I'm following this person, but she doesn't share like her loyalty and will never share loyalty. If the person doesn't share loyalty, I don't follow them, because for me, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in hearing about the other things that people buy. So I think if people just, for example, if you just come in my group, for example, and you just like post a picture, but you don't say what you bought or the other items that you have in your Big H collection that are not Birkin Kelly or Constance, I think what it does is like it makes people confused, because we all know basically, broadly speaking, with the exception of like a few countries in Europe and the UK and a few unicorn stories, broadly speaking, we know that loyalty does play a role. So I think that this person going to like complain, it's the frustration of the shopping experience, but it's also the frustration of the way the shopping experience is portrayed by some clients. Not all. There's so many of you who have been so gracious, you've been so open, you've been so transparent, and God bless everyone who has been willing to share loyalty with me. I'm deeply grateful, because I feel like we've created something really unique here. Like you guys, and obviously me sharing like your stories and stuff, and hopefully I'll be successful. So I hope to film my own big video this autumn. Hopefully I'll be sharing mine. But I feel like we've created something super special here, and I'm very grateful for that. But I think a lot of people don't want to share, and like I said, it's someone's right not to share. But at the same time, I feel like if you're going to post it on social media, particularly in like places where people discuss bait and strategies in the game, I feel like you should be willing to, at the very least, be like, hey guys, like if you don't want to say the ratio, you should be like, hey guys, you know, I showed a lot of loyalty for this. I was super, super loyal. I've been shopping for years and I'm very, very loyal to the boutique, and I have tons of items from Big H, just so that people understand. Or for example, there's some influencers who won't say their ratio, but they do videos like Hermes haul or Hermes unboxings of new things I picked up from the boutique that are not leather goods. You see this a lot as well on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. People will show other things that they're buying. At the very least, do that, because I feel like that helps to that helps to take the pressure away from people who are maybe waiting for an offer. The person who went to complain to the management about this woman's offer was wrong. Let's be very clear. That's wrong. And I am not with that, and I don't want to hear any one of you who supports me. You should not be doing that. Because number one, you don't know the loyalty that the person showed, and number two, it's just wrong. Like, it's wrong. Like, why would you go and make things awkward and uncomfortable for someone else? Like, even if for example, let's say the person never was loyal at all, then it is what it is. Like, that person has, that situation at Big H, you have to accept that. You might have a great situation at Louis Vuitton, and that person who, had a unicorn experience at Big H, maybe if they go to Louis Vuitton, maybe Louis Vuitton doesn't care about them, So like I said, I think that first reason is the fact that, the Big H scene is it just feels very siloed. It feels like there's more sharing these days, but people still don't really want to share. Or you'll hear things like, buy things you love and all the rest of it. Like, buy what you're passionate about, buy the things you love. Guys, I'm not playing that game, because at my favorite brands, Versace, Moschino, and Louis Vuitton, I don't talk like that. So I refuse to speak like that when it pertains to this brand, which, by the way, I really like, and I like Big H. But I'm just saying, when it pertains to Versace, Moschino, and Louis Vuitton, which are arguably at this point 3 of my favorite brands alongside Cartier, I don't speak like that. So why would I speak like that when it pertains to Big H. To me, I just don't. Like, to me, all of the brands are equal, and I have different interests in them for different reasons, okay? The next reason why I think this is happening is I also think that I think that we need to also kind of talk about the etiquette as well, of kind of the etiquette of kind of moving in the boutiques and moving correctly. I think that, you know, one of the things that we know is that you should just, you know, you shouldn't, I feel like one of the things that we all kind of talk about privately, but maybe I haven't really talked about on the channel, but I talk about this privately all the time with other Glamazons and other leopards, is the fact that you have to conduct yourself in a way that is nice and calm and friendly. I think the people who are easy to work with in the boutique and who aren't difficult to deal with are the people who have successful shopping experiences and have nice shopping experiences. When I look back on my my trip in February, even though I wasn't successful at the said location, she did give me her contacts, and I think it's because I wasn't too pushy. I was pushy a little bit, not too pushy. And I was like, I'm not too worried because I'm going to come back at some point this year. This was my thinking in February, and obviously I'm going back, right? Whereas sometimes maybe other people are really pushy, and the SA, you know, in Paris doesn't want to give contact details because someone's really pushy. I've heard all kinds of things that leopards have told me that SAs in that boutique and in George Cinq and in Faubourg have said to them, like, even after picking up items, like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I can't share my contact details with you at the moment, and oh, I'm sorry, you know, I don't do appointments anymore, we're not allowed to just play the lottery. So I think sometimes, like, also and obviously this isn't like, I'm not saying that this is the case for every single person, maybe someone just got a bad essay, but I think also just being a little bit, just trying to play it a bit cool and not being too pushy in the store, I think is really important. So this person going to confront the management or the staff over someone else's offer of someone who she doesn't know is wrong, but I can see why it happens, because people don't share about how they get to these offers in a way that is helpful. We're not talking about Pegasus cupcake unicorn, you know, sentences and cliches and tropes of buy what you love and stuff. That isn't helpful. You know, if you tell someone to buy what they love, that's not helpful. Like I said, I'm not telling anyone who shops at Louis Vuitton, Versace, or Moschino to buy things they love. I'm not going to do that. And I know you're going to be like, hey, well, they don't have quota games over there. It doesn't matter. To me, it's a little bit insincere, and that's how I feel about it. And I know it's not meant to be insincere, but I can see why people get stressed out about it, particularly if they're showing a lot of loyalty to get very coveted offers, and then they see someone have that, like, oh wow, this really great experience, but in no way is it okay for you to go and like confront like staff or complain at a store and mention someone else's offer. It's wrong to discuss someone else's big H offer to your, you know, SA or management of your store, and I think it's a huge taboo and massive faux pas. Maybe we can do like an updated version of like faux pas, like things not to do at the boutique or something. Maybe I'll do that once I've come back from France, but I feel like people are doing this because the game is very stressful, and I think if it has come to the point where you want to go to the boutique to complain about someone else's offer, maybe it's time to take a break from the brand. Like I told you, I post about Big H often, but Big H videos are never more than 30% of my content. So if I post 30% Big H videos, then I'll post Louis Vuitton videos, and I'll post Chanel videos, I'll post other things, because it's not the core focus of this channel. It's a big part of this channel, no question about it, but I post about other brands as well. And it's actually also for me, so I don't get carried away. So I also have other interests, and so I'm also kind of chilling and I'm not stressed out about playing the game. I'd love to know what you guys think about this story and this person confronting the manager. I mean, I cringed reading this. I was like, oh my god, I'm literally cringing. Like, why would you do this? Like, why? You know? But at the same time, the gatekeeping doesn't help, you know? And by the way, I'm not saying that the person who posted the picture of their bag is gatekeeping. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the general gist, like the general vibes, there's a lot of gatekeeping. like I said, for me, I follow a lot of big H content creators, and actually these days I'm following a lot of big H content creators who write, well, I beg your pardon, who like post in French. I'm finding French vloggers much more transparent about the tea and what's going on, even though a lot of French influencers and vloggers and people who post about big H in France don't like show a ton of loyalty. They don't do a ton, but I quite like actually how like refreshingly transparent they are. So I actually, in fact, there's a YouTuber called Mademoiselle Tweed. She is one of my favorite like French luxury creators. I'll link her channel below. You can just turn on she vlogs in French, but you can just turn on auto translate and it will translate it for you. I watch her videos in French. So you can go watch. I think she has a bunch of big H videos, so you can go check them out on her page. But yeah, I think like, for example, like the French influencers and vloggers and people who post in French will share a lot about the tea, about what's going on in France, and how many French vloggers believe that foreign tourists who are not French actually have a better chance at scoring the lottery, which is really funny whenever I hear them say this, because I'm like, whoa, I thought it was the other way around. I thought French people have, you know, like an advantage, you know. So I think sharing is really, really powerful. Like, we all learn if people share in detail versus telling people things like, buy the things you love. At this point, it's a cliche. It doesn't really mean anything anymore. And I think these cliches also play a role in making people feel like really, really stressed about playing the game. Because if someone is coming to look for help about their offer, and then the first thing people say in a forum or a message board or a group is, oh, just buy the things you love, the offer will come. That's not really helpful if someone is stressed out about their situation. I mean, even for me, like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be going, you know, to France with my husband and stuff, you know, like, it would be nice to maybe speak to someone who got a mini Kelly in Croc. Have you gotten a mini Kelly in Croc this year from the store? I'm not worried about any other offers except the mini Kelly in Croc, or, you know, the mini Kelly lizard. Have you got the mini Kelly in Croc or in lizard this year from Faubourg? If you have, I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to know about your loyalty, because I'm sure that there is a degree of loyalty there. Of course, there are like connections and relationships, but I'm just saying it would be really nice for us to just share more. But anyway, like I said, I'm deeply grateful. I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful and I'm saying that people don't share. I'm just saying I understand where the frustration that this person has, but the person showed their frustration in the wrong way and took it out on an innocent person who was just posting their offer, and that is wrong. And like I said, the person doesn't have to share their loyalty. It would be nice if people do, and maybe even give a hint. If you don't want to share the ratio, you could be like, you know, I picked up, you know, fine jewelry, or I buy prêt-à-porter, or I buy like homewares and things like that. Or even, you know, there's some people tell me, oh, I don't really buy those things. I just buy like wallets and stuff. Okay, cool. But at least let us know so that we know. So anyway, I hope that has kind of made a bit of sense. And just to be clear, like, I'm not saying if you're someone who believes people should buy what they love, I'm not against that. If you believe that, I don't actually care, because I think us all having different perspectives, I think is really important. I guess what I'm saying is, I just feel like it's become a cliche now. It doesn't like mean anything anymore, just because the game has changed so much and there's so many new people shopping at the brand. Maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, buy what you love meant something, but today we know that there are many, and because Big H is releasing so many new products, and Big H has, you know, Big H is a high jewelry girl, honey, she's got her high jewelry wig on. There's so many other things that Big H is producing now. One could argue, you know, is it really just buy what you love, or is it like buying, like, you know, supporting the new collections, for example? Like, I think that is also a thing which we haven't really talked about, like the people who support new collections. That's something I've noticed. Like, there are a lot of glamazons who support every single pret-a-porter collection that Big H releases, and I've noticed that they're getting really good offers, but they're ordering from the new pret-a-porter that's coming. I think that is also a thing, like supporting the brand as the brand is growing and really kind of cementing its position as a fashion house first versus a leather goods, maroquinerie second, because I think Big H at this point is a fashion girl. She's one of the fashion girls, and I think it's great to see the brand kind of lean into that. So that's what I mean when you tell someone to buy what they love. I think really maybe we could be saying, hey guys, like there are all these really cool new collections. Why don't you find cool things to shop from there? You know, well, that's all I'm saying. I'm just kind of, you know, putting it out there. I'd love to know what you guys think about that story. And the person, you know, flipping out, going to complain to the management, which is so wrong. I don't know what this person was thinking, but the game does drive people crazy. And I know that there's something to be said for like, if the person doesn't like it, they should stop shopping at the brand or just go resell. I think a lot of people don't like hearing that because people do want to shop at the brand. But anyway, I would love to know what you guys think about that. Just to be clear, I don't agree with that person going to like snitch and like be a grass and go complain about someone's offer. That is bang out of order. But I would love to see more people sharing and being just much more upfront about loyalty. And honestly, you don't even really need to say the number. There are a lot of TikTokers that I'm following who post Big H unboxings and hauls, and they never say the number, but they show their loyalty, so you can pretty much work out the number. I like when vloggers do that. Maybe if you don't want to say the number, that's fine. Sometimes, you know, again, see this all the time on Facebook groups and forums and message boards. People say things like, you know, I don't really keep track of how much I spent. Girl, bye. I'm a businesswoman, honey. I know exactly how much I spend on luxury goods, and I keep a tally. The same way I know how much I spend paying for my Facebook and Instagram advertising for my brands. You know, I know exactly how much I spend. So I feel like when people say that, I feel like what they mean is like they don't want to tell you. It's kind of like that thing that Big H is like, oh, you know, we don't have any bags today, and how people say they do not have a bag for you. Maybe the person doesn't want to say exactly how much they have shown, but I feel like people know, they just don't want to say, which is fine. We all just have different views on it. Like I said, I think it would just be nice for us to share more. But anyway, I want to thank everyone who has shared for the Birkin Babe series. It's really growing. I have many new Birkin Babe videos on the way. I'm super excited. Now let me give you some of my personal updates. So I'm so excited. It's just way too much because I'm literally going to South Africa any day now. Super excited, so I can't wait to share the tea vlog with you. So make sure that you're subscribed, turn on notifications, because when I go to South Africa I won't do a premiere. The video will just upload. You know, normally my videos are premieres, so turn on notifications. That way you'll be notified once the video comes out. I was talking to my husband today. He was like, oh my gosh, we're so busy, you know, we have South Africa and then we'll be going to Europe, and you know what time it is. You know, if I'm going to Europe, of course that means I'm going to Paris, so you'll see me in Paris. I have other European cities as well. I am so excited. I can't wait for you guys to see the Johannesburg tea vlogs, the European tea vlogs. There's so much great content coming up. Literally, I cannot wait for you guys to see the content. Before I go, I wanted to tell you guys, please don't forget to sign up for the email newsletter, and also go join my group and follow me on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Email newsletter subscribers are going to get the first look of the Paris guide. So make sure you're subscribed, because if you're on the email list, you will get the Paris guide first. It's free to read. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. So lots of great content coming up. And yeah, thanks as always for your support. Even if you guys don't agree, I appreciate that. People are respectful when we share. And it's fine for us not to agree. Let's just keep it respectful and be Gucci about it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week in my subsequent videos.